Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. So this will be my first ever YouTube review. MecArmy have been kind enough to send me out this new EK3RC carbon fibre handle knife. This is a new one for their range. They previously did the EK3R. They did a titanium version and a couple of other just normal sort of steel handles. But this one, being the carbon fibre series, is not just a normal carbon fibre handle, but it's got flecks of, what would you call it, a glow-in-the-dark resin in the handle, which I will show a few examples of that in a minute. It looks absolutely beautiful in the dark. It is a UK legal slip joint, so no lock at all, which is ideal if, like myself, you are in the UK, or if you just prefer more slightly traditional knives with a modern spin on them. Being one hand opening is extremely handy. Myself, I'm an engineer. Something like this, carrying in the pocket throughout the day, it just makes it so much easier to get to. Being able to carry it outside of work with the way the UK laws are makes it all the more readily available to me. The pocket clip itself, that's a little bit of a different design to what they did on the other EK3R series. Those were a little bit more of a slimline pocket clip down the back here. They've made this much thicker and, in my opinion, a lot sturdier and a lot better. It holds the pocket brilliantly and has great retention on it. The blade steel is M390. Myself, I'm not too much of a blade snob, or get the words right, a steel snob. I've got everything from Benchmades to Spydercos, everything in between, plenty of Leathermans. As long as you're reasonably keen with sharpening and everything, you're not going to go far wrong with whatever steel you choose. What more can I say about this thing? In terms of elegance, it just has something special about it. I could be wrong in saying this. I don't think anyone else has done quite what they've done with this handle. I've seen glow-in-the-dark handles and different sort of styles similar to this, but to have a carbon fibre with these flecks as they do it. I'll give you an example here. I'll take my Olight Seeker, or Seeker 2. I'll have to excuse the bright light for a second. Now, this won't do it justice, being as though I'm in a reasonably well lit room, but you can see there the flecks of glow-in-the-dark green that's coming out, and in the dark that does look beautiful. I'll try and pop in a small video of that here. Just give the knife a little bit of a charge here, if that's the right term phrase, charging glow-in-the-dark material. You can correct me on that one in the comments, I'm sure you will. Probably has some beautifully, wonderfully made up name to it that doesn't make any sense, but there we go. Hopefully that shows up quite well. Let's put that on there. You can see that, I'm sure, if the camera's picking it up. I don't know if that is doing a very good job of that, but there you go, that's the example of it. Now, in terms of sizes, if we compare it to, put these a little more readily available on view for yourself. So, in comparison to the Benchmade proper, it is marginally shorter, only by no more than about 5mm. And by comparison to the Spyderco UK PK, it is much shorter. Well, probably by a centimetre. The overall length of the blade of the MecArmy is 2.6 inch, which is 65mm. The handle is 3.9 inch, which is 97mm. And the overall total length of the whole knife is 6.5 inch, which is a total of 165mm. Weights, I don't have the specs to hand, but it is much lighter than the Benchmade. It feels surprisingly lightweight, but still has a robust feel, which I don't know if some people might get this, but to me, when you get something that's too light, it just sometimes can feel very cheap, and MecArmy have done very well with making a very lightweight but very solid little knife with this. I am definitely impressed with it. Now, keeping on turn with the sizes, personally I've got extra large hands, so most knives are going to fit my hands quite terribly. They're going to feel like there's always something missing, but being used to that, it does fill up the hand very nicely, and with the option of the lanyard hole there, which I do, as you saw on the other knives, I do like to put them on, so short lanyard on there, that'll be me sorted, and gives me a little purchase on the pinky there at the end, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. The pocket clip itself, being a deep carry pocket clip, or almost to an extent, it certainly doesn't leave much hanging out, but it's certainly ideal for pinching the top of the knife to get it out of the pocket. Deep carry pocket clips can be very good just to conceal the knife to an extent, but having that little bit of purchase at the top there just gives you that little bit extra to grab it when you actually want it. For like myself, being an engineer, for working and everything else, it just makes it that little more readily available. But yeah, in all, absolute beautiful knife. Hats off to MecArmy. I am impressed, and this thing shall certainly be seeing its way onto my Instagram channel and my day-to-day carry. Thanks for your time, guys. Appreciate you watching.